You're watching RE&M, RBG TV.
Peace and Black Power family, what it is. Top of the morning, hailing up. Single now you see RE&M. Once again, you already know this is RE&M, RBG TV. We'll be keeping G, you dig? Dig it. I'm about to show y'all a little clip. You know what I mean? We gonna after I watch the clip, we're gonna get into today's breakdown. It's gonna be on, I'm gonna call this one The Origins of the Deadbeat. Again, the origins of the Deadbeat. So y'all stay tuned, keep it locked right here. Again, this is RE&M RBG TV, where we keep it G. You dig? Always remember, black love is care for the black nation. So let's get it. Peace and Black Power family. Boom. You see the title, you see the topic at the bottom. Just pay attention. Again, I want you all to pay attention.
You think you're my father? I don't know. Where's your accountability for all the wrestling kids you got?
Well, I don't know. I told you that. That's why you're here.
I don't need no more deadbeats in my life.
Just pay attention, family. I'm going to teach you guys a lesson.
Take accountability. We're going to get you right.
Took it up with gymnastics.
Information. Everybody's information.
Everybody sit down. Everybody sit down. Now, wait a second. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Fine. Now, on
Pay
the
attention.
last show, everybody should know this. Your sister Tamika was here, right?
That's right.
And Tamika was proved to be Eugene.
That's right.
So why aren't you Eugene?
Because all of a sudden now you want to come around and start saying I'm your kid, but you want to turn around and deny her when we look just alike. What's the story? You're confused. You're confused.
Can I answer that?
Like, you need to get it
Can
together.
I answer that? The dude that's supposed to be your dad, but your dad.
But he took,
But she said
he
it's
took
possible
money.
she might be yours.
No.
You should have took that
He
up
sat
with her.
there and waited for
You
you.
should have took
And
Y'all
that
paying attention, family?
He did what you were.
My fault. They about to get the results. Just stay, again, I hope you all are paying attention to what's going on, because when I break down what I'm about to break down, you're going to see exactly what the hell I'm talking about, family.
No.
You don't?
No. I'm fine. 27 years old. Get with it.
Pay attention, y'all.
You two feel kinship together?
I feel like she's a great girl, and if she is my sister, I'll be honored to have her in my life as my sister.
Well, let's do it.
This is, woo, today gonna be good.
I don't need him. I'm already grown.
The seeds that have been sown ages ago are so bad, boy.
26-year-old Latoya. Eugene, you are the father.
Damn. Like I said, family, stay tuned. It's going down. RE&M RBG TV. Keep it G. Once again, what's going down, family? You already know who it be. And Google now you see RE&M. Tune into RE&M RBG TV. You already know what we keep it G. Raw and uncut talk for the common sense people. Dealing with the common sense issues, seeking the common sense solutions. You dig? As always, you already know, family. Black love is the one and only cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Why not? Today, we're gonna discuss a rather vital or important, but yet relevant topic of the day. And that topic is on the lines of dealing with the whole deadbeat dad scenario, right? You've heard the word. Hopefully you haven't experienced it. But nonetheless, this is the language that we as a people, we just throw around. Easy, without thought, nor without the notion of where it came from, where it originated at. Just about like with any other thing that we deal with. It sounds quote unquote good. It may be the new trend or the new fad of the day, and folks just roll with it. And one of those words, again, is, or should I say phrase, is deadbeat dad. So today I'm gonna try to break it down as best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? Where this all stuff comes from and why it's thriving the way it is. As always, when I got important stuff to talk about, check the description box. I'm gonna throw a link or two down there, and you can read the stuff for yourself. And then after that, you can do your own math, and you can check how, you know what I'm saying, how the stuff is really in motion. So again, today's topic, once again, is gonna be covering the deadbeat dad situation that's going on here in the West. And of course, this is one of those topics that, like always, folks always want me to leave alone because I always want to involve slavery in the mix. Sorry, family, this is just one of them things you can't get away from. When dealing with black folks' plight here in the West and our conditions and our positions, or the lack thereof, you cannot escape the experience of slavery. Regardless if it happened hundreds of years ago, the effects play out daily today. So we gotta, like I said, we gotta map out and draw the lines as far as the battle plan is dealing with the black man and woman and the child, because nonetheless we are the only allies that we have with one another. Nobody's our friend, so we have to analyze, strategize, and then mobilize on what we need to do so we can capitalize. You dig? And it's not always money when I mean capitalize. I mean just basically advance. So long story short, deadbeat dad. Where does he come from? Who created him? What is his purpose? He came from Africa, just like us, right? He was captive. He was held captive just as much as any other African that was snatched up during these time periods when these Europeans came to our shores. You know what I'm saying? They came to the shores, they snatched us up, they threw us on them boats. No passport, no visa, but we took that long boat ride over to a place they call America. Right? And, of course, you already know about the whole Willie Lynch thing, whatever. And, of course, regardless or if he historically existed or not, again, the traits are played out on a daily basis, exactly what that letter entails. So the whole Willie Lynch process came into play. Folks were these slave masters and overseers. They had to break us down nonetheless. But in order to get to their main objective or their main target, which was the black woman, keep it G, keep it funky, family. The black woman was target number one. But in order to get to her, he had to tear you down, black man. So he broke you. He would get the biggest, strongest, most, let's just say the word athletic for lack of a better word. The most athletic male African from amongst that group or plantation. But in order to put him, before he could put him to use, he had to break him down first. He had to break him physically and he had to break him mentally. So what would he do? If you go back according to the letter, the Willie Lynch letter, there was a series of beatings, if you will. That man was beaten in front of his wife, his children, the elders of his village. He was even raped. Yes, men. Don't think that this is anything new that was going on. You was getting took too. Black men was getting took too. So they would get raped and beat and tormented, tarred and feathered, etc., 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 all in the presence of their women, all in the presence of their children, all in the presence of their elders of the village from which they came. So from that point on, once he's broken down physically, mentally, he's pretty much already at the mercy of that who did it to him, which is the white overseer or master. Now that he's broken, now that he's at basically the beckoning call of this overseer and master, all he got to do, snap his fingers. Here comes Mr. Super Saiyan Slave, the butt stud. Go back and do your homework on what that word really means, but I'll tell you in a minute. Buck studs were nonetheless the sexual property of that plantation. The master would literally, at any time of day, any time of night, coming to these quarters or coming to wherever you was at, and if you was that particular big black athletic slave that I said a minute ago, for lack of a better word, you was going for a little walk. You was going to go to another part of the plantation, the female slave quarters. And your mission, not your mission, but the mission that was given to you, was to impregnate every female African that you came in contact with. That was your job. Buck studs, that was your job. And I'm going to, in a few minutes, I'm going to correlate it to how that plays out today. Now, your job, again, was to go to these different female quarters, black African female quarters, sleep with them, conceive with them, breed with them. But your job wasn't to stay there and deal with that child that you helped to create. Your master came back, grabbed you up, and said, all right, I got another one for you to impregnate. And you kept going on down the line, all through the line, until basically damn near that whole building was knocked up. Then they might even take you to a whole nother plantation and have you do the same thing over there. You're a breeder. Or, as today, women like to use the term sperm donor. So, okay, we still on the plantations, correct? We still on the plantations. Master then came in, he done brought Bronco Billy in, he done knocked up the whole female tribe, the whole female house. 9 months later, they produce babies. Right? They give birth. Whether it's a male, female kid, don't even matter. They have children. All of these different females that were impregnated by this one stud, they all give birth. Time goes on. Children start to grow up. The eyes start to open. The ears start to open. The hearts start to question things. One of the biggest questions, just like one of the biggest questions of 2015 in this era that we live in, where's my daddy? These are the different cries that's going on from these children that are now born, you know what I'm saying, into captivity already. They're born into captivity, and they're born to a captive single mother. They don't know where their father is. They don't know who the hell he is. Because again, their father's main objective that was given to them by the way of that white master was to go in, knock up sister girl, keep moving on to the next one. And the reason why that was done is because eventually, once I wouldn't say organization, but nonetheless, once the drive, I'm gonna just use that word, once the drive of slavery was in full swing or whatever, white folks really didn't want to spend extra money going back and forth between the U.S. and continental Africa, getting up resources and manpower, aka us Africans. Right? So what did they do? They said, I'm not spending this money no more. It cost hell of a lot before. I'm in the business of making money, not spending money. So they said, we're not going back to Africa no more to get any more slaves. We got all the ones that we needed, quote unquote, all the strong ones here in the Mecca already. So why not let's just multiply on that one? Take the different strong ones, the big ones, the breeders, and do just that. Breed them continuously so they can continue to bring forth more offspring to the plantation, so I don't have to go off the plantation to go get more resources. This was the main objective. Get more children, more slaves, more manpower. More work can be done, all without spending no money. Is it starting to click yet? So again, he didn't want to spend no money. He didn't want to go back to the shores of Africa. He just said, I'm going to take your big black ass. I'm going to have you knock up sister girl. So again, the children grow up. They start questioning, Mommy, where's Pop at? Now, at first, her initial response might have been something to the effect of, I don't know, baby. Just listen. Just do what you got to do. Do what we got to do. Let's do this work so we can just keep living on to the next day. I'm pretty sure, I can't quote, but I'm pretty sure it was something like right down the line. You know what I mean? Along that lines. Basically just try to pay it no mind, baby. Just do what you do. Let's get these chores done. Let's get this cotton picked so we can go back home. Okay, so that was on the plantation, right? Let's move it up in time to this era, common era. These same children who were crying out before, they then became adults. They gave birth. And I'm pretty sure due to generational curses, the same old would start to happen. Men would get the women pregnant. Children will be born. Something will happen to the point where the man is taken off the scene. Children start questioning, where's my dad? Where's my dad? Now again, before back on the plantations, the response was, baby, I'm not too sure. Just do what we got to do to keep moving so we can keep living and surviving. Now, forgive my language, family. Now the response is basically, you don't necessarily say these words to your child, but you show them visually in the way that you carry yourself on a daily basis. And again, forgive my language, whatever, but this is normally the response. Fuck that nigga. He is where he is. I don't need no man any goddamn way. You know the language. You see it. You experience it on a day-to-day basis, family. This is nothing new to us. We may not have known the logic behind it, but this is nothing new. Again, this goes back to them shores. It goes back to them plantations. The same ones that everybody loves to avoid. But at the end of the day, this is the source of all of our problems. Family, let's keep it 100. So again, in modern times, children still crying out. Now, the mothers are not telling the children just to survive. They're actually showing and proving the fact that they say they don't need no man. He wasn't shit. Yada, 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 yada. Your father's a deadbeat. Where is he when I need him? But again, we do not realize nor choose to realize and investigate the source of our mentality, the source of our presentation to one another, from adults to children and vice versa. We don't want to do that. But again, this is where it is. I want you all to look up the word. If you can find it, it's kind of hard to find on the internet, but you have to literally, you got to look for these words. You got to look for this stuff. Look up what a buck stud is. B-U-C-K stud, S-T-U-D. Look up what a buck stud is. Once you look up what a buck stud is and you get that definition, store it in your brain. Remember it. Then next time you go out in the street, right, and you happen to see the sister pushing the stroller with like 9 different kids behind her, hear the conversations of, oh, this nigga ain't shit. Look at him, he a deadbeat father. Look at the way he treat his kids and blah, 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 blah. Or even, like in the beginning of the video, if you saw the clip that I put up from Maury, next time you watch your so-called reality TV, your media, listen to your radios, watch the TVs on the TVs, the TV shows. You see it, you hear it, you feel it, you experience it. Again, we just fail to realize why. The deadbeat dad comes from slavery. The father was not allowed to build with that mother that he impregnated. He was not allowed to be around the child that he helped bring into the world. He wasn't allowed. Therefore, no bond was built. No emotions were shared. No communion took place. Families were already shaken up. The foundation was already, I wouldn't say it was broken, but nonetheless, what foundation? We did our best, you know what I'm saying, once 1865 hit, so-called emancipation, Black Reconstruction period and all that stuff. We did our best from that point forward, but nonetheless, we started on shaky grounds here in the West, here in America. So now when you do your math from back in them times, listening to the language, listening to the presentations on a day-to-day basis of how we deal with each other on a family tip, the black man, the black woman, and the black child, how we're all at odds with one another, how we love to use the word deadbeat so easily when dealing with our fathers, right? Again, we're told to turn a blind eye to historical fact. But you can't run from a fact. A fact is a fact. They're telling you not to look back to slavery for a reason. Because once you get that reason in your head, it should do one or two things. It's only going to do one or two things. It's going to motivate you to go forward, to progress, or it's going to piss you off and run you up out of there. Keep you scared, just the way white folks want you. Just the way Asians want you. Just the way Arabs want you. East Indians. Hispanics even too. They want you scared. They don't want you to know nothing. But at the end of the day, we have to realize and get to the bottom of all these different things that we like to throw out. Case in point, the deadbeat dad. Go back and do your history, learn where he comes from. Go back and do your history where he comes from. Watch this though. This is how we flip it just a little bit. Our sisters turn around and call our brothers deadbeat fathers and ain't shit niggas, right? All because of the simple fact that physically and visually, the black man was not there. But when you really look at it, and when you look at and listen to who our sisters give reverence to, who our sisters honor and respect more than anything, let's keep it 100, which is white men. Why is that, brothers? Why is that, brothers? Once they removed you from the equation and had you on your buck stud mission, good old Mr. Charlie, he came down and he said, "Oh, what's wrong, sister? I see you crying. What's going on?" And because she couldn't tell her deepest emotions and deepest pains to you, black man, she had no choice to tell him. So she told him. And he would feel somewhat sympathy for her, and he would give her a little trinket here and there. And she would then turn around and show her appreciation. Sorry, sisters. It's going to hurt a little bit. But she would turn around and give it up to him to show her appreciation. This is where the term bedwench comes in. Do your homework, family. It's 2 vocabulary words I want y'all to look up. Buckstud and bedwench. Look those up and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about and how it applies today. Again, our sisters in the comment era, if you see the day-to-day interactions or how we deal with one another, it's terrible. A brother could simply say, "Hey, how you doing?" She's going to give him the evil eye. She's going to turn her nose up. She's going to call him, if she opens up a word, she's probably going to call him some crazy shit. "Yeah, nigga, get out of here." All that kind of stuff. But then if you turn around, you see that white man coming up to her. She goes to speak to the white guy. "Hey, how you doing? What's going on?" Do you know why, family? Do you know why? These are generational curses that have been passed down from generation to generation back from the plantation. You dig? She couldn't tell you, black man, her plight, her pain, her anguish that she was going through. Right? Because you were gone. You were off doing master's bidding. Getting this one pregnant, getting that one pregnant, not taking care of any of them. Right? So she's hurt. She needs somebody to talk to. She talked to the white man. Same thing that's going on today. She's quick to give him reverence. She's quick to give him respect. Look at how he's basically, quote unquote, took care of her all the time. She has the U.S. Justice Department to rely on. She has Child Protective Services and all this other stuff to rely on. She has the projects to live in. She has the welfare and the food stamps and the WIC checks and all that stuff to rely on to get her food and get her little bread here and there. You feel what I'm saying? She has all these different things, these government entities and institutions given to her at her disposal. And it's been like that for years, generations, ages. Because we wasn't there to do for our women. We wasn't there to stand up for our families and defend and protect and hold it down for ourselves. He moved us out, but we continued in the tradition. It's 2015. You still got broken homes out here. You still got the sisters calling these men deadbeat fathers. Now you got the children looking up at the fathers saying the same shit because they heard mama saying it. They heard their mama saying it. She heard her mama saying it. She heard her mama saying it. Again, all the way back to the freaking plantation, family. You cannot escape slavery. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much you want to, you just can't escape it. This is why we need to come to the table, leave all the rhetoric alone, leave all of the different many titles and divisions alone. Focus on what's real, which is this. Focus on the issues that attack this. Handle it, move on, advance. Stop talking, start walking, stop crying, and let's start the trying. It's just that simple, family. So again, this is the breakdown of the deadbeat father and the bedwench. Those 2 terms I want you all to look up, if you can find them. Again, it's kind of hard to find them, especially on the internet or whatever. But you need to look, just take that time and put that time in and look for it, and you'll understand exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Again, once you do your history, you can see the equation. You can see how it's mapped out. You can see how it's played out through time and in history. And you'll understand just exactly why the black man and the black woman is at total odds right now with each other. Now you have to ask yourself a question. What strong nation do you know is really that strong when the two key components of that nation, which is the man and woman, are at odds with one another? Oh, wait. There is none. Black man, black woman, stop bullshitting. Okay? Stop bullshitting. You need one another and you know it. So with that being said, get to know one another. Learn one another. Study one another. You're quick to jump into bed with one another, but you don't know shit about that person you laying down with. And then you'll turn around and say, oh, that person ain't shit. That person is a deadbeat. These hoes ain't loyal. Do your history so we can rewrite our story and stop living his story. Big difference. Not going to be too much longer on this one. I pretty much got everything out that I wanted to say about this topic. But again, do the history, line up the equation, do the equation, and you'll see the answer that's lying with us right here at our feet in 2015. Why we are the way we are as far as men and women dealing with one another, or should I say combating one another, thus leaves our children to suffer. No more deadbeats. No more bedwenches. We have to listen to the cries of our children. Answer those cries accordingly. Not by way of convenience. Accordingly, family. We have to heal our nation. But with that being said, family, this has been your brother in Google. Now you see R.A.N.M. You've been watching R.A.N.M. RBG TV. Again, you already know I keep it G. Raw and uncut for the family to understand. Common sense language for the common people. Dealing with common issues, seeking common solutions. Black love is the cure for the black nation. This is why I say so let's get it. Once you love yourself, you can love those that look like you. Once you love those that look like you, you want to do for those that look like you and build for those and establish, run, and control. But if you can't add love into the situation, if there's no black love in the situation, then there is no foundation. And without a foundation, you have no black nation. Let that marinate, family. But again, in the meantime, between time, keep it locked right here. This is R.A.N.M. RBG TV. You dig? Peace and black power, family. Black love is the cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Black power.